country, bro?
Yeah.
Xena's from Washington.
I mean,
Washington,
jeez.
that's crazy.
That's actually about as close to the opposite. We went Washington to we're near Washington D.C. now. No D.C. straight Washington. That's
DC's
where we're
like
at.
Like an hour away from D.C. It's crazy. No, but I was like to mention earlier, the thing that Lucius really has to prove here is Lucius was the guy who won the first Rivals 2 bracket at Hitfall.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up being the winner of Hitfall 3. So if there's anyone here to vie back for that spot, to have something to prove, to continue their reign of terror across the East Coast, across the country even, it's going to be Lucius.
But yeah, Xena, they are more than happy to try to show off not only what this character do, but what they can do. Right? Trying to be ready to cover on that platform. It's very much back and forth on the way that this game has been. You know, Xena had an early start. A couple of different opportunities, but not quite able to capitalize. A reverse back air. That is such a dangerous move. Very, very, very powerful. Up air's coming in, though. Lucius going to get another one. Rough DI, but we are still going to hold on. Fleet, very floaty. Going to be able to, or going to have situations where we're dying off the top quite frequently. Ooh, I like that shot. All the way up there.
Sniper.
Yeah, get the damage where you can find it. It might not take the stock, but get the damage where you can find it. It's always very important. But whoa, a command grab coming in deep, and that downwards swing of the up B is so powerful. And the parry on the projectile, too, you cannot get lazy.
I think the biggest thing we're going to be seeing in this set that might play to Lucius's detriment, who knows? But it's looking like it's playing into his pleasure, at least so far, is going to the biggest thing that defines his gameplay and his patience.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's the way he utilizes those needles to make space, the way he uses all those like longer aerials with Ronnie, the downers on shield, the delaying there with the command grab off stage. You know, it's like constantly luring his opponent into a false security, and whenever he does get his grubby little mitts on you, he finds so much of that extended damage.
Oh, yeah. Down strong, straight out of that. I like it. Nice and simple follow-up and gets a lot of advantage state opportunity, but no, misses the waveland. Is unfortunate there. Still? Not? Oh, okay, never mind. Now we're out of it. 2 stocks apiece. Going to be able to get something started off the down throw, though. I like the positioning.
You know, Fleet's floating nature going to be able to keep her safe from that down throw conversion there at the end. Slowing on getting back. The high recovery, but Lucius going to be able to catch that. Not going to overextend and commit too hard to an edge guard scenario. You're going to catch you back on that platform with an up tilt. With the tornadoes once again. Trying to swat you back anyway, anyhow. Lucius again playing patient, poised as ever. Finally, Xena going to get her hands on you.
Yeah, great CC off the rip there. Going to be able to make that F tilt. Not too terribly dangerous in that scenario, but uh-oh. The chime is on. Is going to be able to lead into that up air, forward air, reverse back air. Holding on, but 93.
We're not getting over the super long conversion there at the end. Off back with the extension off of the bubble. Still going to find you pushing back down to that platform. The big trade going to work out in Lucius's favor with that forward air. Takes the lead here again towards the end of this game number 1.
Oh, yeah. Looking for that up air. It isn't going to quite find it. Up air also a very, very powerful aerial to be able to take advantage of. Ooh, looking for a back air to clip the recovery as well. But no, a nair is going to be able to keep us in this position. Refreshing the invincibility, but the just momentum that you get off that side B. Chime, though. Once that's on, I mean, you gotta pay attention to it. But once you're in a combo string like that, it's so hard to do anything. But wow, look at this offense.
Running you back the F onto the forward air. Just gonna close it out here. Some of the triple hits of those needles. The back hit of that nair again. The lingering hitbox again, so clutch. The fade back down tilt into the forward air once more. The hits of those needle stacks again. Back hit of that nair. Playing it patiently. Not gonna overthink it. If it ain't broke, do not fix it. The nair coming out again. Needles putting out so much pressure off stage. There's nowhere to go. And Lucius takes game number 1 in a pretty comfortable fashion.
Yeah, making great use of those lingering aerials that we saw before. You know, you mentioned Lucius. The word that you used was patient, and I really think that can't be overstated, right? Like very much aware, patient, willing to play a more neutral-centric game to be able to find opportunities and then just able to get so many stocks. Even on a character like Fleet, you know, very floaty. A lot of opportunities to recover on that character. Once the resources are exhausted, though, she can find herself recovering a little bit in a little bit of a linear fashion. I think Lucius is able to appropriately get Xena to consume those resources.
You back throw that down throw again, looking to find your footing once more. Up throws again, coming out to a forward air. You back with those needles. Big parry there from Lucius. Utilize those iframes. And then you haul the way out there again. So they're just struggling their way to get back into this. Because it's like, it's so tough. Like, Fleet really excels at, like, again,
Whoa.
holding. Wow. I was going to say, occupying space in the air and recognizing where Lucius likes to live, considering that spot right there within range of that command grab is exactly where Lucius loves to be.
Oh,
and
no.
punishing accordingly. Oh, no.
Oh, not going to quite reach the ledge, but the save? Nope, these nairs are still coming out. Punish is not going to be there for that landing on stage, though. Still, you know, these stray hits or something. Got some good damage on and some poison counters. It's not nothing. Looking for a down strong Eevee, getting a little greedy with it. Coming in with a nair. Down throw is going to keep the position very strong here. Xena, they're doing such a great job of just maintaining the position, but no, just gives up just a little bit. You go off stage. You wind up leaving an opportunity open. Ooh, looking for a shield drop there. Not going to be able to punish that good air drift from Lucius. Aware. Parry is huge here, too. Get that little bit of iframes and the bad DI. I think we are going to be able to recover. Opted for on stage. I like it. Did get punished, and the AMSA tech, yeah, no kind of stage to do that on, and we're still AMSA teching. And we're 2 for 2.
Playing that phenomenally right there. Down throw coming out into a forward air, which is not going to close it out. Again, great DI from Xena consistently. They're making their way back on, dropping through the platform with that nair. Up air putting in a precarious position. Again, though, the lingering nair from Lucius again. The last thing hitbox has been so good to keep yourself safe from all of those projectile onslaught that Fleet likes to put out there. But if you keep going at the same angles, on the same routes, the Fleet will eventually catch you. You'll have to float there and they'll await your recovery.
Oh, yeah. And is a character that can definitely linger off stage in a very effective way, too. Unfortunately, that Chime is not going to be able to connect due to the invincibility from the ledge. Oh, and that parry yet again is going to be able to catch with a nair. 192, finally going to seal it. Fleet, not a character known to be living too terribly long, so being able to hold on to a stock to 192, it's a big game changer here, but the edge cancel on that up B going to be such an opportunity here. A little bit of chip, not going to make something happen. Yeah, load up the shot. No, I like that, you know? Every now and then you just got to let it fly.
Absolutely, man. Fourth throw coming out on the part of Lucius. Ooh,
get
attack getting a little over aggressive right there. Back with those needles going higher. They recover the up airs to the reverse forwarder, sending you all the way back down. Going to chase back in, controlling up those needles once we're going with the high recovery. I mean, way too overzealous with that one. As now this is primed and ready once more. Backer comes out again, still not going to close it out. Going to have access to that jump, opting only for the up special. And at that point, Lucius is back in position to close out the game at any point.
Oh, but we are going to make it back
with a back air.
You know,
you're saving some life, Xena. You gotta make it count.
Yeah, it took a lot of bleeding, but we do manage to find ourselves on stage here, and this could be a major opportunity, a big trade. Gonna find a very advantageous position, challenging the side B into the reverse back air. Doesn't take the stock, but we're triple digits across the board. No double jump actually, and no bubble means it doesn't matter. You're not gonna be able to make it. Xena takes the second game, and you know what's crazy about that? We've broken our 3-0 streak.
We did it.
We did it.
Last quarterfinal, honestly,
we got set.
Completely earned from Xena, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
It's the way that you, in a matchup like this, it's like so overwhelming at times, considering the way that like Rano completely like mitigates Fleet's typical game plan of floating and occupying space like either in neutral or like the typical offstage game plan. But the thing that you can take advantage of is instead of Rano things, it's player habits. And Lucius loves to occupy that top right or top left little area, that 45-degree angle above that ledge.
It's very much a common recovery angle for Rano, and oftentimes it's one of the best positions for Rano to be able to capitalize on opponents' recoveries too. So, you know, vertical movement. The Frog got that for sure. And Lucius does a great job of taking advantage of it, but Xena's been able to cover very much so. But a forward air there. Rough DI is going to take that stock with only 20 to show.
That's the thing, man. And Lucius recognizing that, saying, you know, the best thing I can do when my opponent's finally got a handle on my movement, I just move faster.
Yeah.
I just upgrade. I get the next level. I get that Hercules boom.
Oh, yeah.
Any of my Hades knowers out there.
Yo, shout-outs.
The up air into the forward air again. And now Lucius, even, okay, the best thing about Lucius, the way he plays too, is like utilizing that insane, consistent movement. And whenever things slow back down, he's just on the ledge playing that consistent game plan. It's having both of the ends of the two wolves inside of you.
Oh,
the patient guy on the ledge and the guy who's got the most cracked out movement you have ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
It's utilizing both of those is your key to success.
Ooh, but look at the positioning here. There is still that consistent game plan, you know, playing that range. Forward air, though, going to come out. Lucius not even at 3 digits. Finally, you know, we result in 107. Maybe an opportunity for a stock here, too. Great edge guarding scenario. Goes for an up air. I like that. Reset on the other side of the stage. So it's a projectile, but a needle is going to interrupt, very much so. And we are back to that very neutral game, but you cannot be going for that side B for the movement there. You can't be lazy with it.
Popping back up there with that up strong again. Just waiting this one out, not going to overextend from the corner here to avoid the wind turbine.
Oh,
into the bubble. The bubble gonna save you, man. Lucius been hanging on to this first dog like it's nobody's business again. Being able to keep that longer losing movement. We're even gonna mix up there, sharking up with that up air to keep you off stage even longer. Xena, of course, completely brushing that off and gonna find that near underneath the ledge.
Yep, and down but not out is Xena.
Absolutely.
They have more than a couple opportunities here to be able to turn something around, but Lucius. Oh, okay, hold on. Wait, this is one such opportunity. No, not quite. The jab's gonna come in. Gonna have to recover here. Down tilts, catching that in DI. Is so hard to want to out DI there at that mid %. Don't want to get hit with a random forward strong. Ooh, tries to move in again, but does get punished again with that jab. Lucius just on point. A command grab, too, to punish. Ready with the needle. Back air. Gets a sour hit, though. Oh. And now we're a little deep. Hold on now.
The rock back on. He goes for the parry. Unfortunately, messes up the timing there. Lucius going to get the big punish. Instead of looking to amp back up here, knock back off stage. Looking to find the creep punish there with a parry of his own. Goes out there with the super aggressive up touch over that ledge cancel. I can find that one. Gonna again keep it simple towards the end, closing out the game with that back air.
Absolutely. I mean, like, that up B was definitely a little, I would call that a little greedy, to be sure. But I appreciate the enthusiasm nonetheless. That's the type of energy you want to have if you want to try to take this set. You know what I mean? You can't never think, okay, wait, hang on. I got to slow it down a little bit. Play your game.
Absolutely, man.
Your game wins. Play it.
And speaking of playing their game, I think if you
trying
to play their game, I think Jules Veil will give them the perfect opportunity to do so. Again, because the biggest thing Lucius was able to take advantage of last game was the different movement options available on a stage like Merchant Port. So we just go to keep things a lot more linear, a lot more flea favored. We go to a stage like Jules Veil, where you don't have access to all that stuff. Especially when the platform is not on the right side of the stage, you can punish those Rondo recoveries a lot more accordingly.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, we've seen some crazy aggression off the rip here, being able to take advantage of the command grab even from the ledge. Ooh, patient. I like that. Just holding down. Ready to go. Nair comes out. Okay. Not trying to mess with each other off stage, just being like, all right, why don't we all just get back to the spot, but not ready for a tech on the platform. That is a classic spike right there.
Absolutely nasty stock there on the part of Lucius. Now looking to get back up here, amp back up into this. Playing this patiently, not going to overextend there.
Yeah.
Doing a great job of, again, reigniting when the opportunity is given to them instead of just, like, holding forward the entire time. There's a big thing against a character like Rano who can dip in and out so consistently. Not
able to find connect with the back air there. I do want to say, Lucius has opted for a side B on stage for movement a couple times. Every single time it's been F-tilted. Xena has been ready for it literally every single time. So it, you know, if nothing else, Xena has shown we are aware, we're paying attention, we're ready for anything, but it's just when this offense gets rolling, it's hard to do anything about it. But yo, what do you do when the gun goes off like that, man?
Another thing too is recognizing Lucius kind of been sleeping at the wheel, looking to find that late reversal, get back into it, just letting it rip there with the up strong.
Oh yeah,
looking to find their way back with this even stock scenario. You've seen before, Lucius absolutely no slouch off stage, actually mixing up there with the downer. Wait a minute, that's another layer you're gonna recognize.
Oh yeah,
Xena being put in such a precarious position over and over again. Looking the way back with the backward slip, but not going to be enough. Possibly on their winner side stock here.
Uh-oh, a little bit of a flub there, accidentally walking off stage. Not quite what you want to see. Playing the platform a little bit, but Lucius with the connect on that command grab. Look at the follow-ups. These hit falls are crazy. Yo, say that again?
Say that again?
Yeah. But we got to talk about it, man. Like the way that anytime the aggression is on, it is on point. This parry is on point as well. Every single hit leads to such a terrible scenario for Xena. And we just got to be able to reset. But nothing is doing. A forward air, even with, like, just that DI, what can you do? Trying to waveland there. Unfortunately whiffs that, but boots on center stage. This is about as good of an opportunity as we've found so far. A Nair, I like it.
And then trying to do their thing of swatting this Rana away anyway, anyhow. Lucius finally going to find the adaptation there, getting that high recovery with the up tilt, tracing you back down to that Jewel Sail platform. He needs to find the stock here right now. Lucius offside, you want any semblance of making this game back. Lucius with the mix-up of the century right now. Not going to find that normal landing whatsoever. Gets back to the ledge immediately. Down air, hopping back up to an up air. Still not going to close it out. Charging up those needles by any means necessary. And the forward air most certainly is going to close it out. And Lucius gets up and takes that